Okay, so I'm on my way to Portland now, having just left, what's it called, Aries Inlet. And I got to tell you the story about the surfboard, because it's just really weird. I went to the surf shop in Anglesey, just popped in and thought, I'll see if I can swap my board for something better. The Shearwater, the 7'1" board that I've got. And I was speaking to the guy, and he's like, "Oh, look, we don't swap, but we can take your board on consignment, and then when we sell it, we'll send you the money." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that sounds cool. No worries. What have you got? Something similar, but a little more volume." And he showed me a couple of boards, and there was one which, if you've seen any of the posts on this channel, there's a picture of a surfboard, and I said I bought a new stick. That's the one. $500, all good, no worries, and hopefully I'd be able to get $150 for my board, so it brings it down to $350 for a board, which is a brand spanking new board, and it'll be really good for the trip. All good, all happy. And while he was taking the stickers off the board, he says to me, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to?" And I said, "I'm about to, head on this trip." And he said, "Where's your first stop after here?" And I said, "Portland," or Cape Bridgewater. And the guy behind the counter next to him just suddenly goes, "Oh, what? Are you going through Portland?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, you wouldn't be able to do us a huge favour, would you? You wouldn't be able to take this board. I've got a customer there who's bought a board for his wife as a present, but he doesn't want to pay the freight because it costs an arm and a leg to get the board to Portland." And so I'm like, yeah, I guess. And he goes, "I'll give you $100 for it." I'm like, "Okay, sweet." So, of all the bizarre coincidences, I am now transporting a board to some random customer in Portland from Anglesey for $100. So essentially, my brand new board has come down to $200 instead of $250 instead of $350, which is just bloody brilliant. That's a night in a fancy hotel at some point, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty exciting. And this is Sunday. This is a driving day for sure. If you can see out the window, it's really not very nice out there. I'm the transporter. Anyway, I'll see you in Bridgewater.